Oh man, I'm hurting.
That was not what I was trying to roll. I was not trying to roll my scythe. Or to roll twice, for that matter. I didn't what?
Oh yeah, that's right. I changed my mic button. Okay. I was like, why did my mic not light up when I hit the right button? Um, Hello everybody. It's good to be back after the holidays. Uh, um, so real quick, stream side, just throwing this out there. We have picked up another musical source. So on YouTube, on Twitch, if you're hearing the music in our play, it's either from Michael Gelfi Studios or the Seventh Midnight Studios. So make sure to check them out on YouTube or whatever platform and give them some love because they make their stuff available for everybody. Just make sure to give them props. To recap for everybody because it's been a hot minute. So recently, the party has been traveling underground, trying to make their way to what Vindane referred to as Arin's Cradle. The party has traveled through some pretty treacherous tunnels so far. Recently, they went through a room that was a giant geode with multicolored crystals coming from all sides of the room. The party collected several of these crystals, finding that they all had different attributes and did different things. In their search, they combated some mimics in that area, disguising themselves as cookie tins, but having sharp needle fangs and velvet tongues. When things was not going the mimic's way, they turned into pink dolphins and hopped into the water that filled the room and swam away. Following that, the party found themselves in another room that was sort of geotic. There was a crystal that crossed a crevasse through the room, through which an underground river flowed. On the other side of that stood a golem, obviously corrupted by the purple crystals that have been causing problems for our adventurers so far. The party kind of Indiana Jonesed their way across the room, and then more or less pushed the golem onto the crystal, only to find that another golem fell from the ceiling. The combined weight of the two quickly had the crystal in the center of the room collapse into the river below, leaving the golems stuck, and the combat avoided. However, it wasn't too long before they found themselves in another tunnel, the one that we rejoin in. The tunnel had a few crystals of the purple variety that they had encountered thus far, and a mouse folk from Mika's village who had been corrupted by these purple crystals. After a brief observation, Mika recognized said mouse folk as a Justice Root Muncher. There was a quick combat that ensued that turned dangerous really quickly when the two crystal outcroppings in the room turned out to be spiders disguising themselves as crystals. And as we rejoin the fight, our team is taking quite a beating. The newly joined Raven Folk Barbarian taking much of the brunt weight of the damage as the casters and ranger took the backline popping shots off. A lot of damage has been dealt out, but Graveheart is now 10 feet in the air, out of the reach of the spiders, but still very bloodied, while Mika, also bloodied, stands next to Valin on the front line facing down the spiders. Anakur has Bixby's hand ready to go, dealing damage on the left there. And with that, I'm not quite sure where we left off, so we will rejoin with the combat at the top of the round.
Hey Rose, the website crashed on me.
Okay, we will give you a sec to rejoin. Let us know when you are back in.
Okay, I'm gonna try restarting my computer.
Okie dokie. We will start off the round while we wait on Valin. Anakur, you are at the top.
Let me read real quick, and then gotta familiarize myself with something real quick.
All good. I'll throw on some more fitting music for combat.
I remembered I had grappled the farthest left geode thing, or whatever the creature was, with the Bixby's hand.
Okay. Good to know.
That was my. I remember that was the last thing I ended on, was that I had grabbed it with the hand. Okay, so for my primary action, I am going to... Oh, you have the game paused. Oop, there we go. You're all good. I'm just trying to... How do I use the measuring without, like, dropping a circle? Yeah, just like I want to measure the distance between me and target.
The ruler.
Okay.
My connection choppy.
Okay. Yep. How do I get rid of that? That's a good question. What's that? I... Thank you. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to... It's hovering over something and pressing T to target them, right? Alright. Hopefully that... Or clicking on and target... There we go, I think. Whoop. Okay, yeah, I got it. Throwing a cantrip Starry Wisp. Alright. Did that do damage or was that just the roll? Oh no, that's just the roll. Okay. Nine damage. And now that guy will emanate dim light in a 10-foot radius. Like an idiot. But then for my bonus action, since my handy boys got a handful of geode, it's gonna do a crushy crush. Which I now need to re-find my spell and have that. Bixby's hands. How do I? I don't want to recast this. They don't need to recast it, it's already cast. Okay. Alright, so it's going to use... Where is it? Yeah, okay, it is 4d6 bludgeoning plus my spellcasting modifier. How do I... Oh. 1 second. Oh, there we go. I can click on the hand itself and... Okay.
That was nice.
Sorry. Yeah, Huh. Yeah, grasping hand. Well... That's... Is it gonna do it? Come on now. There we go. 21 damage. Oh, did I still have the other one targeted? That was my bad. Awesome.
So, Oniker's arcane hand is like holding this purple crystal spider, and it just crunches down like its fist, and there's like a as like purple juice sort of squirts out of the side.
I'll say that's one less. That's one less critter to deal with.
Perhaps when another one bites the dust.
Alright, if that's all Oniker's got for me, that'll make it Mika.
Alright, I'm going to drink a potion of healing. And that also had a +2, so that's 5 plus 2. So 7 healing. And I'm gonna take a swing at the closest one to me.
Alright, alright.
$29 to hit.
Was that a crit?
Yes. Yeah, that was a nat 20.
Nice.
Jeez.
Can't lockpick the spider. Okay, so it looks like you rolled 15. What's your it's a D8 plus what for your damage? Sorry.
For ours, it's a D6 plus 5.
Oh, okay. So 15 plus 6 is 11. So 26 on the crit.
Oh, Tim.
So everybody, you watch as this like little mouse just like slashes up at this big old spider, and just this like glowing white wound, like sort of, like slashes through one of its joints, and like a limb flies off, and some crystals scatter. And then I do believe you get 2 attacks.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna. How do I target again? I keep
Hover
hitting
over who you want to target, and then hit T.
them. Thank you. I don't
Yeah.
know why that's so hard to remember.
Whatever. And it's been a hot minute since we've all played, so.
Holy crap.
Okay. I'm gonna
was-
say that it pretty much doesn't matter like how low you roll with the crit damage. You're gonna kill this thing. So you describe what it looks like as you just destroy this thing.
I'm just gonna stab it through its underbelly, and it's just like the gross. It just.
So yeah, as Mika like cuts that leg off, it sort of like falls forward, and she stabs up into its like chest equivalent, and like spider guts and crystals fly out from behind as this glowing light just like decimates this creature, and it collapses on the floor in front of you. With that, you are now all out of combat.
Well, that was certainly gross.
Valen just stands there and
Nice
claps
Bilbo.
really fast for Mika. Okay.
Congratulations, little soldier. You really showed him one.
Well, I told you I could do. I've been out of practice, but I got this.
Braveheart will land. Oh, you did a great job.
Oh, Anakor's gonna unclench his fist, causing the big fist, the big speed's fist to unclench, and the crushed corpse of the spider to come out, and I'm gonna wipe the hand on my chest, and the hand is gonna wipe against the ground. Be like, gross.
There's just a long purple smear.
Anybody know prestidigitation?
That's... You'd be surprised how many times I've been asked that as the bot of this company.
Alright.
The answer's no.
What you bit, Ravenclaw?
Well, if we could get to a watering hole or something, maybe I can jump in it and splash around for a few minutes.
What was that? Besides the water?
Well, I want to get clean, so if we can find a safe spot to clean, then I'm going to certainly try.
Valen was saying that she healed Braveheart for 18. Do you need more, friend?
That would be helpful. I got a potion.
I will say this is probably the quietest spot you've seen for a while. What's everybody's passive perception?
Oh, 19.
Any bags open?
Yeah, I got 19 too.
Anyone with an 18 or higher, you catch the pleasant smell of like mushroom from the cavern ahead. It seems to sort of open up ahead to the north. Anyone have a 20 or higher? Or if you'd like,
passive on that.
what's that?
I can't even find my passive on this.
Otherwise, if anybody'd like, you can also make a perception check.
Is there any way that I could somehow bury this villager that's been mutated?
Oh, yep. We can definitely do that. Yep. Yeah,
If
my
it's okay
passive
with
is
you guys, I
mushrooms.
would like to perform a little bit of a rite over the grave.
And I will play a Song of Passing.
Does anybody have a spade?
I have a giant hand.
That is very true. Yeah, I imagine that the hand would be able to dig a hole pretty easily. How do you want to set this up? Do you want it to be like in the sunlight coming down, or?
Yes.
Alright, well, I will mime digging, and the hand will, underneath where the beam of light is coming down, will scoop out big enough because it's another mouse person, so I don't assume it's a very big amount that I need to dig out. But I will dig out what is necessary.
Now 6 foot with a rock on top.
Generally 4 feet is alright.
With a rock on top. Keep him in the ground.
The ever helpful barbarian.
Does anybody have anything I can mark with? If not, then I'm going to go a little bit barbaric here and take some of the blood that would be on me and dip my hand into it and put a paw print on it.
I'll say you've got a decent passive perception, and this tunnel is like right below a forest, so you're able to find some like wood lying around. You could hobble together a little like wooden headstone.
Nice. I just kind of want to indicate that at least a mouse. It was a mouse. So that's what I'll do. I'll gather up some stuff, make it look like an actual grave, and then put a bloody paw print on it.
I wasn't carrying anyone's torches and rope, was I?
No.
Okay, so it was just extra random.
I leave a small. You know what? I leave one of my 1-day ration kits as a little tribute.
You'll never know if I want a snack on the way home.
Lynn, she like stands over the grave, puts her hand over the soil, grabs a bunch, and starts sprinkling the dirt back over the grave. And as she does, she says, "Thou have lived, grown, hated, felt both laughter and despair, and now thou have returned to our God's embrace of a parent's love." I think that might use some work.
As you all stand over
It was
this,
nice. Thank you.
grave, the light sort of trickles in through the gaps in the ceiling, and you can see the trees from Arin's Weald overhead, the rainbow leaves like stained glass against the setting sun. Or rising sun, rather. It looks like it's 6:15 a.m. Although
As I start pulling leaves from the vine.
I'd imagine that as you go about setting up this grave, it probably takes 15 or 20 minutes.
My hand's gone now. Goodbye, sweet prince.
Oh. English forgot to hit center.
I think I can use a cup of tea.
I think I could do power.
We could take a short rest and catch our breath for a moment.
That's right.
Alright, so you all start setting up to sit down for an hour. Sounds like you're making some tea. Does somebody have stuff to... Mika's got stuff to make tea, right?
Yes.
don't think we have any fish left, do we?
Let me see what I've got. I got rations. I'm gonna pull out my pipe and I'm gonna smoke a little bit of my little supply of dragon buds that I had. I'm Gandalfing it up right now. A wizard lizard is never late. A wizard lizard arrives at precisely when they want to.
As Anakur lights up his pipe, the pleasant citrusy, earthy smell of hemp fills the air.
Last little bit of bread. Oh, I didn't mean to click it like that. Go ahead, I threw it in chat. Look at it.
Yes. Does anybody else partake of Anakur's buds?
More than willing to share.
Sure.
Alright.
I want to also, when I make the tea, I'm gonna use good berry. I make good berry tea basically, but I'm gonna use the good berry.
Alright, very cool, very cool. As you hit Anakur's pipe, go ahead and make a wisdom save for me. As Mika sets up a little fire to brew her tea, she takes a hit off of Anakur's pipe, and she's setting up all the little wood, and then all of a sudden you just see a spark of fire come out of Mika's mouth as she lights the fire with a fire breath attack.
Whoa!
Alright, little lungs. That's the dragon's bud.
Yeah,
Wow.
go ahead and make a wisdom save if you're going to partake as well, Graveheart.
Helps if I'm on the right tab.
No such luck for Graveheart. He just thinks he can breathe fire.
He's just ha ha ha.
Yeah,
My breath's really warm.
he's trying real hard. Or they, rather. Sorry.
No picky picky.
Mysterious bird gender.
Taken in a bit of it.
Alright, if you take a hit, go ahead and make a wisdom save.
Okay.
Valin, you
Nice.
also have the ability to breathe fire at the moment. So as Valin like attempts to do it after taking a hit, she also lets out a little burst of fire. So Mika and Valin, you both have a 15-foot cone breath weapon fire that you can use once.
Oh, nice.
nice.
That's just my daily ability.
Yeah, I don't have to make Anakura roll for it.
The ability when we ran across the neon spiders.
It was in my pocket. Waiting.
Just waiting for the perfect time.
That being
Not
said,
unlike the Avatar. It wasn't there when you needed it most.
that being said,
I
Anakura
don't-
also
I
wasn't
don't
there for the
understand
neon
that.
spiders.
Oh, neon spider sounds horrifying.
So, other than Goodberry, what's in this tea?
It's a it's a herbal tea, which will go well with a good berry and mix and make a flavor. So that's what I went for. Something nice and restful.
I would love a glass.
All right, I
Sounds
be
good.
you should be able to heal if you have any damages. You should be able to heal at least one.
Yep. I'm probably the closest to being max health without being max health, but I think I'm that one the health will be good.
Yep. So as everybody takes a
Oh,
short rest, go ahead and roll your hit dice if you'd like to recover your hit dice. Uh, Anybody who enjoys the Goodberry, I do believe Goodberry fills you up for the day and you are sustained food wise. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a while since I've looked at Goodberry.
I thought they had a healing effect as well.
Where did I roll that?
Yeah, I think they heal 1 HP. But I'm not sure. Like I said, it's been a while since I looked
Yeah,
at Goodberry.
it's one per berry. I make 10 of them when I cast it.
All right.
Where I
And I
roll hit dice.
and I put enough of us to all have one. So
So when you're in the short rest option, instead of just clicking the rest, you'll see dice. It'll say like D8, whatever available, and on the right, you'll just click roll once. Because we're only resting for 1 hour. There you go.
Are you using all of your berries in the tea?
I put enough in there for all of us to have one.
Okay, then everybody will heal.
An additional one.
We'll say 4. You brewed it down.
Okay.
You took an hour to brew it down. You know. So everybody
Okay,
heals
so I'm
4
at max.
4 HP from that. And then yeah, if it's supposed to sustain you food wise for a day, everybody gets sustained food wise for the day.
Mm.
Just don't be cheating and using that too much, because you know I'll be paying attention to what you guys are consuming. I already said if you guys aren't being nutriently smart, I'm gonna fucking penalize.
Gonna get scurvy or something. You don't get citrus.
or like disadvantage on certain checks or something, you know.
Disadvantage on teeth.
But you guys have been like doing really good about like you guys make meals and stuff. So I also said I'll reward you guys for making meals and things. So I just like the flavor to the role play, you know.
Is there a place where we roll that as well?
Roll what?
The food buff.
No, just go ahead and recover 4 HP from it. I said everybody will recover
Okay.
4 from it. But yeah. So yeah, you all have a nice little tea and smoke break after giving Justice a proper burial and a send-off. The pleasant smell of mushrooms sort of wafting from the tunnel ahead.
There we go ahead. Which way's ahead? This way
Yeah,
or this way?
To the north. You headed into this chamber from the south. The previous chamber led into like a stone staircase that came up into this. I believe I had a few of you make survival checks, and you were able to ascertain that you're underneath Arin's Weld. Although looking up through the holes in the ceiling in this tunnel make it very obvious with the rainbow leaves overhead to at least the 2 that have been there before. Actually, well, Mika's village is in a very similar forest, so she just probably figures she's under a different part of that forest.
Well, if we're going to head forward, Graveheart is going to have Crow in hand.
Alright.
And slowly move forward.
Is everyone going along with Graveheart?
I am headed that way myself.
Yep.
I've had my tea and I'm ready for get the day started.
So we will transition maps. Alright, so you all head... Oh, why did it do it that way? That's not the right order. Okay, so you all head through the passageway to the north, and the whole as you head to the north, the tunnel slopes down, and you begin going further underground again. The tunnel becomes very dark. Those of you who don't have dark vision or any source of sight, I know Anakur has a lantern. Other than that, tunnels are dark. As you get to the next opening chamber, down this sort of 15-20 foot wide tunnel, it opens up into a very humid and pleasantly warm chamber. As you walk, about an hour passes before you make it to this chamber. So it's about 8:35 a.m. at this point.
My map didn't transition.
I hadn't done
Here
it
we
yet.
go.
There we go.
Oh.
Don't move around at all yet. Just let me finish explaining. So as you get further in, how how much oil did you have in your lantern, Onaker?
I had just put in a fresh thing of it. It's got 3 hours left.
Okay, good to know. So you come into a chamber that is decently well lit. There are large mushrooms all over the place that give off a pleasant glow. There are pools of water in the chamber that do not rush like the river did before. Although you can hear the river nearby through the wall where it flows. Seemingly not coming into this chamber unless from like underneath. But it is very warm here. You assume that the heat of the volcano is finally sort of like emanating into where you're at. And the mushrooms are just thriving in this environment. In the faint glow, there is moss that absorbs the humidity and moisture as well, surrounding all of the pools, like little benches. Underneath one of the glowing mushrooms to the northeast, as you all enter the area, the party spots a skittish kobold who becomes aware of the party as they enter the area. He sort of looks you all up and down, and as you don't seem immediately hostile, he meekly sort of raises a hand and then lowers it.
I'll return
Braveheart
the
will do
same
the same.
gesture.
I will wave.
Do I
Braveheart will-
need my lantern on? Does it look like it would have it?
No, I think you can see in here without your lantern.
Okay, I'm gonna extinguish it. I don't know how to do that.
It's a little valve usually on the lantern.
Can I push?
Wait,
can I
sorry.
push Braveheart into the river? Can I roll a strength contest?
I just straight up explained how to turn off a real lantern, like, that's what we're doing.
Okay, so it's been a very rare occurrence in this campaign, but it's happy fun language barrier time. Does anybody know Undercommon?
You know,
Negatory.
that was
How
a
close
class
is it?
in Desert Village University, and I just decided to skip out on that one.
How close
Mine
is it to
too.
Dwarven?
I'd say in this world it's much closer to Common or Thieves' Cant. It probably sounds like very broken Common.
I can speak it.
Kind of like
You can speak Undercommon?
I can.
Holy cow. Alright. So I didn't see that coming.
Ye have little faith. We have little mouse.
Well, yep, you have. Okay, so as you all like sort of wave, he goes in Undercommon. He says, "Hello, friend."
Hello, friend.
And as you all begin to hear these two talk, you realize that they are speaking a language that none of the rest of you know. And while you can kind of make out words here or there, you do not understand what they are saying. Hello, hello. Speak same. Very nice.
Yes, I do. Rusty a little bit, but yes.
Get a load of these guys. No, you're speaking a language. What's this?
Me Rees, what's your name?
Mimika.
Mika. You from Village, right?
Yes.
Good. I trade with them. And you make a connection, being where you're from, that you've seen glowing mushrooms before in your village. This guy must have been bringing them up for your people or something.
Are they edible?
No.
Okay.
Moss is. It tastes
They're
like
very
wet
pretty.
Like, excused and said, "Hello, me, Valin."
Do you speak Undercommon, Valin?
No, I'm just like copying what Mika said. But instead
All
of-
right, make a performance check.
Okay.
I'm feeling this might be another "this is my horse" moment.
Oops. What have you done to insult this little guy?
Little kobold just cocks its head at Valin.
You're like, okay, I guess I need to be quiet now.
Kinda.
Moss edible, but moss tastes like wet rag.
Moss is soft to sleep on.
Good bed.
I-
Safe here. Not safe ahead.
Mm. More worms? Or
What?
centipedes?
The kobold shakes its head. No. Fairies.
Oh, fairies.
I turn to Annika and go, "Any kin of yours?"
Anakor's gonna look Graveheart dead in the eye, and then he's gonna point at Hypnos on my head. Is this your kin?
Maybe.
No, I'm not related to the short lizard.
It's also not a lizard. It is a little like wolfy fox.
Oh, you said kobold, so sorry. Yep, that was both of us for assuming because you said kobold.
Common misunderstanding. That's why I figured I'd correct.
No, take my candle.
But yeah, it looks you all up and down with these saucer eyes, and being able to communicate with Mika, he goes, "You come trade? Village send you?"
I'm looking for my kind. Village was attacked.
Oh no. He scratches his head and then looks at you intrigued and goes, "Purple crystals?"
Yeah.
They changed the fairies too.
Oh no.
Be careful.
You too.
If you can dig. Dig.
Thank you.
You need trade at all? He sort of opens a bag. There's a skull, some sticks,
cool.
some moss. Trade? Trade?
I shake my head. I say no thank you.
Well, be careful.
No. What you want?
Toys. Look out for toys. That's the word. He'll nod at you, and then as you like finish the conversation with him, he sort of runs off to the wall and begins to like burrow into the dirt.
Is it safe to assume that that's not a sign of war and we're attacked by a bunch of his buddies?
Oh yeah, it was a friend. Friend.
What was it?
But
Yeah,
once I get into Undercommon, I forget to switch.
it's okay. The same thing happens when I slip into Draconic, but it's not very often that I get to do that. The last time I did was when I spoke to my dad, and honestly, at that point, I kind of wanted to start speaking Common, so that way he couldn't understand what I was saying, because I don't know if he knows. You know, that kind of thing you do to your parents if they're from another country and you don't want to deal with them for a little bit, so you start speaking in English?
Yeah, that's funny.
What is this English?
Well, I didn't expect us to break the fourth wall in that way.
What English?
So yeah,
It's a language similar to Common.
you're now all in a room as this kobold begins to burrow its way through the wall and out of sight. As you look about the chamber, it's pretty easy to spot that further ahead it seems to open up more. There's the path sort of winds to the northwest. And I won't make y'all walk across this map if you just want to speed along to the next spot.
I will, in my empty greater healing potion bottle, stuff as much of the glowy mushroom into it as I can. And then cork it.
Alright. You now have a bottle of mushroom that glows lightly.
Really cool. Shiny.
But as you all head along the path to the northwest, it winds underneath these mushrooms that that stretch overhead, like the canopies of gazebos. You know, every now and then a light breeze sends a few large white spores drifting that also glow lightly in the darkness. And as you're moving through, you see these spores like sort of drift in the very still air of this cavern, almost like insects, like spreading these huge glowing mushrooms around the area. But as you head down the path and the chamber opens up more, you can see where the river flows back into the water supply. And the path of like dirt and rock and moss sort of ends. And there's like a pond before you. At the edge of the pond where you approach, there is just a series of lily pads, large, thick, heavy lily pads that float atop the water as the water flows in from every corner of the room. It all glows and emanates in rainbowy lights that shift and change colors. And in the center of these lily pads in front of you, there seems to be a big stuffed bear sleeping, it looks like.
What's sleeping?
A giant stuffed bear?
Yes, it looks like a teddy bear, more or less, but very
Like
big.
a teddy bear.
Yeah, like.
Is there any ambient, is there any, nature sounds currently?
Yeah, so there's water flowing in from all the corners of the room. You hear the sound of frogs. And as you all look around, you have high enough passive perception. You catch that there are frogs amongst the lily pads that have lily pads on their backs, like they are camouflaged to fit in. I think I have a picture for this.
Not. If you guys will give me a shot, let me try something. Is the bear, is it within 30 feet?
Froge. Oh, so some of the lily pads are just big frogs? Is that what you're
Yeah.
insinuating here?
So
That's simultaneously really awesome, but also the worst.
Yeah. So there's the croaking of these frogs, and then there's the sound of like fish breaking the water on occasion. There's a lot of like koi.
Is this stuffed bear making any movements like it's breathing? Because you said that it looked like it was sleeping,
Yes.
but if it looks like it's breathing.
Yes, it looks like a toy bear, but it's the size of a real bear, and it's
breathing.
Yes, it looks like it's asleep.
Is it within 30 feet?
Just barely out of range by like 25 feet.
Well, I am going to tentatively step closer towards, so where's the bear resting? Sorry, is it resting on a lily pad?
Yes. And there's no other way to like proceed along this path other than walking across these lily pads. But they make up a very solid path along the way, as if they were like formed on purpose.
All right. Well, I'm going to walk within a 30-foot range and start playing Animal Friendship. Use the special one from my harp, the Hair Song Moon Meteor Animal Friendship. Oh, it must see and hear me? Well, if it's asleep, it has its eyes closed, so I'd have to wake it up first. Okay, so I'm just gonna start playing music right now to wake it up.
Okay. So you all watch as Anakur steps out onto the lily pads and begins to strum on his harp. And the bear sits up and smiles, and you realize that it doesn't entirely look like a toy. There's something wrong with this. And it's just in time for you all to go ahead and give me a perception check to see if you catch the fact that you're all getting jumped.
Does a 19 passive good enough?
Let me check. No, it is not.
Okay, then let me roll.
Be hurtful, Mika. Be hurtful.
Alright, so the only one to catch on to what's happening is Mika. As soon as the thing starts moving, like immediately as like Onokura starts playing music, you're like, okay, something's wrong. And you like look around, and as you look behind you, you see more of these toy things coming out of the water, coming up from behind, and you quickly recognize that you are all surrounded. Obviously, I'm speaking about Mika. I'm not saying that everybody recognizes this, but yeah, Mika, you catch that you're being surrounded very quickly here. You have the ability, because you have caught on, to get in what's the word I'm looking for? Surprise. A surprise round, if you'd like. So you can fire off some attacks. Or let everybody know and get everybody into initiative.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let everybody know, and we will get into initiative.
Alright, so the kobolds will not get a surprise round on you, but you are now all going to be in initiative. 1 sec, I'm going to transition map, so you can all see what's going on.
Okay.
Are these
Say
kobolds or
one.
toys? Or not toys, or whatever there are other creepy monsters.
Freaking Monokuma.
They are toy kobolds.
I assume these would be the toys that... Oh, no, wait. I don't... Marky didn't tell us anything, so I can't say anything about whether or not the toys... Because Marky would be the only one that knew to warn us about not to avoid the toys.
Well, I'm sort of telling you now. So I'm just like, I'm trying to like, yeah, these are the things that I was warned about. And
You were warned about something?
It was a little bit too late now to worry about it.
No, too late. This is the perfect time to worry.
Well, I think after we deal with this, we're gonna have a long discussion about what we keep from our team.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. But that right there is scary, and we should avoid it.
Less fighting with each other, more fighting some kids' toys.
More fighting with each other, as in I'm going to pick Marky up and use her as a weapon.
Well, you can pick me up and sling me that over there, and I could stab it. So we could do that.
I wouldn't do that. Oh god, yeah, okay, Wolverine, you ready for this? Is it time to roll for initiative?
The encounter's not up yet.
As a dice comes flying in the screen.
My bad. I want plushies of all these, though. They're so cute and horrifying.
The little chick one on the right reminds me of me and my boyfriend just got these makeshift plushes that we ordered from a game called Super Animal Royale, and they're zombie chickens. So I kind of have two plushies that kind of look like that, but they're just not half and half.
That's cute.
That's adorable.
Initiative tracker's up. Feel free to roll for initiative.
Do you want me to re-roll, or did mine count?
If you can re-roll just so that I can at least get it in there, I can use your first number. Alright, so as Onikur goes and begins playing music and everything rolls into action, Mika catches on to what's happening, calls out to the party and lets them know that they're being attacked, just in time for everybody to see the kobolds start to surround them. Some of them jump out from behind the party onto the lily pads from the water, and two rise up onto the shores opposite the party on the rocks, and then the bear up ahead turns and grins at the party. And as initiative takes off, the little chick kobold is going to come up and attack Valin. And it will have advantage on attack rolls since it is an attack against a creature with another kobold within at least 5 feet. And as it begins to peck at Valin, the pecks bounce off of her armor. Bring us to Graveheart.
Okay, I'm going to tell it, low on the pecking order! And swing at it.
A 17 will hit.
And forget to rage. Yeah, just totally straight up forget my ability.
Happens to the best of us. Remember, there was a whole story arc in Clifftop about Sunky needing to rage. But yeah, go ahead and deal your damage.
Then I'll actually target it.
And if I remember correctly, your weapon deals an additional 7 damage on top of that. So that'll be
Yes.
15, and that is enough to outright kill it. So as you swing Crow at this little kobold chick thing, its eyes open up as your blade opens up and swallows the chick whole. Your damage bonus is now a +8.
Woohoo!
As everyone sees Graveheart's scythe consume one of the kobolds whole.
Chicken nugget.
That can't be normal.
Cursed item.
And then since it's within range, because I do believe I have a 10-foot reach,
You sure do.
okay, I just tapped on it. Why isn't it rolling? Ah, dang it.
That's enough to hit.
Oh,
Anyone for a lamb chop?
You all watch as Graveheart spins his scythe around, or their scythe around, and then turns to the dog kobold behind Valin, and the scythe just opens up again and swallows that kobold.
oh, it looked like a lamb to me. It's a dog.
Yep. Now we gotta watch out for John Wick.
Damn.
It's probably the teddy bear.
Your attack bonus is now a +9.
I'm really fearing the Reaper right now. Like, this is getting big. I'm not a fan of the fact that his scythe is consuming.
It won't let me put it down.
The second I get a remove curse, it's on.
Yeah. How many does it need to consume before it consumes you?
That's not a good. That's not an okay way to answer. That's not an okay thing to do after someone asks a question like that. It's not okay. It's not the correct human response.
Anything left for Graveheart?
I move between the fox and the cat. And I look at the fox and I will go,
What did you say?
because I'm not a walking con.
It sort of looks up at you, and like the toy side of its face is stuck in a permanent grin, but the monster side of its face is like shitting its pants.
Should have picked someone your own size. Not that you probably thought of that first.
Well, I mean, I don't know how big they are compared to Marky.
Is that
Sure.
Graveheart's turn then?
That will be Graveheart's turn.
The mouse kobold is going to like see Graveheart consume two of its friends and now sees him as the threat. It is going to shoot one of its buttons at you.
Not the gumdrop buttons.
That will hit.
I'm gonna cutting words that.
Is cutting words I have to reroll or
I minus from my. I take one of my dice, one of my bardic inspiration die, and roll it again, and minus whatever it is.
okay.
1 second. Let me just. I'm gonna, because I don't know if these things have some weird like. They're toys. They don't have ears, so I make sure that it's nothing fucky that I can't cast. So 1 second. Where's my spell list? How do I do my reaction? Where is it? There it is. Yes, cutting words. So, when a creature you can see within 60 feet of you makes an attack roll, an ability check, or a damage roll, you can use your reaction to expend one of your uses of Bardic Inspiration, rolling a Bardic Inspiration die, and subtracting the number rolled from the creature's roll. You can choose to use this feature after the creature makes its roll, but before the DM determines whether the attack roll or ability check succeeds or fails, or before the creature deals its damage. The creature is immune if it can't hear you, or if it's immune to being charmed. Am I good?
Yeah.
Okay. -1.
Does a 19 hit?
I look at the spot where the button hits me and go as I get hit.
Okay.
I didn't really know what to say to offend the toy. I'm sorry. No one played with you enough?
Show me where the bad ghost, or show me where the bad monster touched you.
I went from a bird person to a toy.
Show me where the bad person touched you.
So how much do I take?
4.
Okay.
I got it.
Oh, you already took it off for me?
Yep.
The fun part.
And then with that, it'll be Anakur's turn.
Ah, yes. Well, I'm not a big fan of the big guy over here. He seems like he might be a bit of an ass. And, it seems that, your scythe munchkins, so I think I might let you take care of them. In that case, well, let's see what this bad boy's made of.
I'm gonna start strumming a discordant tune, looking at this big old bear of a boy who is playing possum and leading us into a trap. That's not the button I meant to press. And I'm going to cast Phantasmal Killer.
I saw the look on that little thing's face when Graveheart went over there, so I know they can feel fear. Let's make a DC 15 wisdom saving throw, or DC, yeah. DC 15. That's what I like to see. And damage time.
Let me tell you something, man. The thing about kobolds is they have 5 HP.
Oh.
So how does your phantasmal killer destroy this thing?
Well, the thing is, we cannot perceive what's happening to it. It just sees whatever it is the most afraid of, and that thing deals psychic damage. So I just assume we just see it like look at something, get this absolute look of like sheer terror, and then just fall over petrified dead.
So if it, hearing that, you see it like look at nothing and just scream, "Granny, no, Granny!" And then it fucking just like disintegrates.
Thanos snapped.
Was it like when I walked in on my grandma taking a shower? Ah, that was awful.
I mean, it could be. That's a pretty big fear. That'd be enough to kill me.
That man died from seeing his grandma's titties. Rip. Grandma's titties.
my
No. Grandma, no. Grandma, no. And what's worse, if he had survived that, he would have been seeing them every turn until he survived a saving throw.
Okay.
Being haunted by grandma's titties. That's not on my. That was on my 2025 bingo card.
Anything else for Onakur?
What can I do with what can I do as a bonus action? I've already cast a spell.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna consider the gravity of what I just did to that poor kobold, and I'm just gonna be like, yeah, it's your turn, I'm done. Go ahead. I didn't expect that to be so effective. Is it wrong to feel pity for the creatures that you annihilate?
I needed to recover from laughing. Sorry. So yeah, seeing what you just did to his bear friend, the rabbit is going to, like, through tears, shoot a button at Onakur.
Shoot me. Do it. That's probably enough to hit me. Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of pathetic.
You get hit in the side of the head with a little button, and it hurts for 3 damage.
I think I deserve that one. I think that was warranted, I'll be honest. That thing literally screamed, "Grandma, no." Like, the implications behind that are numerous.
That's the way the teddy bears have their picnic.
Oh, sorry.
Do you think that there's a hag that likes to play toys down here?
That makes it even worse.
Granny Badfinger.
Oh,
Anakor is going to consider jumping into the water. Anakor is going to consider ending it all.
Mika, you're up.
Alright, well, I'm going to take out my bow and I'm going to shoot the rabbit.
That's a hit. Your arrow flies true and nails center in the soft toy's chest as it slumps and falls into the water.
Okay, then I'm going to turn and do the same for mouse. Hit the mouse. Or try to, anyway.
Do her to her. Hit. And that one just, like, you nail it straight in the head and it goes, like, right through. And that mouse is just deleted.
Alright, that'll end my turn. Buttons, nobody's got them. Because they're dead.
The little kobold looks at Valin, looks at Graveheart, and decides that its best chance is to run away, and is going to attempt to flee. Graveheart, Valin, feel free to use your reaction to make an attack.
It is going to die.
Like, try to, like... Ah! Yeah, hit it.
Or not.
That's a miss.
Wait a minute. Did you say my 2 attack was raised?
Your damage is raised.
Okay. You just use a weapon or an unarmed attack to hit something fleeing from you.
Yeah, so just, like, swing your Aron's arm or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. And it's, like, not letting me.
There's also a favorites tab you can drag them on. Not tab, but a favorites deal you can drag them into, and it lets you just click from there, too. Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
Favorite tab.
There, I put it in chat for you.
There's a favorites menu beneath your character portrait.
I'll help you set that up later. But if you look in the chat, Valin, your Aron's arm should be there for you. You can roll your attack from there. And that will miss too. So the kobold to the south begins to scurry away and uses his entire turn to move 60 feet to the south. Valin, you're up.
Gonna move down right here and take a little swing at the fox kobold.
Swing-a-ding-ding. That one will hit. And the fox kobold is just barely hanging on. Anything else for Volin?
That's my turn.
I'm looking at your features. I don't know if you are aware of this. At 8th level, you gain the ability to infuse your weapon strikes with divine energy. Once on each of your turns, when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can cause the attack to deal an extra 1d8 radiant damage to the target, and when you reach 14th level, the extra damage increases to 2d8.
Shit, okay.
So you don't even need to roll. You strike this thing with your attack that you just did, and like that light gets infused in, and just the light of Titan like glows that earthly color that you described before, and the thing just like bursts like a little balloon.
Stuffing everywhere.
Stuffing and guts.
Guts and stuffing.
Happy tree friends.
Happy Thanksgiving!
Oh my god, the happy tree thing.
Coming back around to Graveheart.
Graveheart
Yes.
is going to sheesh, I can only move 40 feet, but that gets me close to it. I'm gonna fly straight for the is it a fox? It's a cat, isn't it? I'm gonna fly straight to the cat and be within 20 feet of it. And then I'm gonna fly the rest of the way to be right over it. And lure down and go, "You're gonna die!" Within 10 feet of it, so that I am a threat.
Alright, as you do that, on occur, anything from you?
How far away from it is? How far away from me is it?
It's 60 feet off the map to the south.
Okay, so then... 1 second.
So it's 90 feet from you.
90 feet from me, that's good to know. Alright, I am going to 30 feet towards it. I don't know exactly how far. Measurement tool out. Oh no, I don't need to do that. I can do this. There we go.
30 is right where its token is.
Okay, cool beans. And then I remember how it's Face. Oh, almost. There we go. And then I'm going to. I wonder if I can target it. And then I need to pull up my own stuff. How do I pull up my spell book? Character.
I am a walking cliche. Are you happy now?
Assuming an 18 hits it.
Oh yeah.
Alright, and damage. I shoot a radiant bolt of fire. I strum a sharp note on my harp, and a bolt of radiant flame shoots from it and strikes the stuffed animal for 9 damage.
And it poofs as stuffing and guts fly everywhere.
Shiny because he was glowing for a second.
Everybody, you are now out of combat as you have dispatched all of the kobolds. I will say, Graveheart, as you look at your weapon after this combat, it is much bulkier than it was before, despite not being heavier. Well, maybe a little emotionally heavier.
Must you eat everything in sight? You're going
I
on
think
a
you need
diet.
to put it on a diet. Ha! Nice. High five.
And Graveheart high fives and Anarcher. Andronicor?
Andronicor. Oh god, that's a fusion for a cursed day.
Yeah.
God, do not make me homebrew how to do fucking fusion. As you scold your scythe, it goes, must consume souls, regain physical form.
I hear souls are a type of fish. Why don't you eat those? Wait, physical form?
I think your sword.
Can we hear that?
No, the only one that can hear the scythe is Graveheart, but you can definitely
Okay,
hear
so-
him respond to it.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, because if we could just hear the response, physical form of what?
Braveheart.
The Grim
do-
Reaper?
You know, have you thought about maybe using the blunt end of that thing? Like maybe just using it like a stick with a weird fin at the end of it?
I've got a bad feeling it'll still hit with the tip.
Ha! Nice. Well, you know, maybe the next time you go to attack, you think with your heart, and you try your hardest to not let the munchies get the best of you.
I'll do my best. But it won't let me switch weapons.
Well, just know I believe in you, and I'm here to support you whatever happens.
Yeah.
I'll believe in the heart of the cards.
Yes, Valen?
Oh, Braveheart, if you need friends to talk to, we are here for you night and day.
No, thank you. Know anyone that can take care of this?
And I, in both hands, hold out the scythe, and it's like,
And break it?
We need a curse breaking for that.
Or a giant man made of mountain?
my chat just disappeared.
Yeah, I just cleared it out.
Oh, darn. Just as I finished my cheeky response.
Oh, did it go up and then I deleted it?
Yes.
I think if you push up in the chat box, it'll bring up the last thing you said.
Our cheeky man made of mountain.
Name's Grog.
So,
Is it Australian?
so as you begin to settle down after the combat that just happened and take in your surroundings, everybody feel free to give me a perception or survival check.
Yeah, they're both the same.
Yep.
My die hit your die. That's no fair.
Damn.
You're all sort of mystified by your surroundings. The innately Fey biology of of this new world to all of you just is a stunning contrast to anything you've seen before. You know, outside of Valen remembering the Neon Forest, it's got a fairly similar vibe. But Valen and Mika, your eyes occasionally catch the darting of a fairy between various plants and mushrooms and waterfalls. Very small, like sprites. There's also dragonflies, which everyone is able to see, that dart around the room. The occasional fireflies, like you saw up at the lake. The frogs that I mentioned before, that move along between the lily pads, snapping bugs out of the air. There's mosquitoes around. It's a very, humid environment still. Mika, you are able to get in really close to one of the plants on an opposing shore, and you catch a glimpse of little caterpillars. But as you get close, you see that they're actually caterpillars. They have cat heads as they munch away at the leaves. And when you get close and start noticing them, they look up at you and they start meowing at you.
Yuck.
I want to reach down with my little finger and pet him.
Oh, I know some my friends who came from noble houses. They they would die for these. They're
I
so
want a plushie
cute.
of a caterpillar now too.
Why am I picturing that inchworm from Labyrinth with a cat head?
I thought I had art for this. Okay. The other thing you notice, as you notice the caterpillars, is that as you're like leaning over and looking at those, you look down in the water below, and you catch a glimpse of axolotls, a creature like Valin had shown you before, but these also look like little cats.
Aww. I have a feeling this is going to be a catastrophe.
Anakor looks over the edge. Can he see the bottom of the water? Can he see the riverbed essentially?
Yeah.
Cattle-addles.
All right, that makes him more comfortable.
Or I should say, a lot of cattles.
It's
And
at this point, it's not really like a river. Like the river has drained down into this water source. Then, okay, because you rolled really high, Mika. You're able to like just pick out everything in this environment. There, you get a glimpse of a passing by insect, and you notice it's a butterfly, but then it's got wings like little pieces of bread with butter on them.
Oh, that's so cool. It's buttered bread fly.
It's a bread and butterfly.
I freaking swear to God, where's the fucking Queen of Hearts?
Heart?
But
I just had Alice in Wonderland flashbacks.
as you're all getting lost in the environment, as assumably Mika points these things out as she sees them, something cuts through, and Valin is the first to notice it, but you all immediately hear it right after. There's a baby crying somewhere in the distance to the north.
my goodness.
Oh.
We're all mad here. I did hold my breath and then stuck my head in the water to see what I could find.
We need to figure out what that crying is about.
Belinda,
Go ahead, Valin.
without hesitation, Belinda just follows where the crying is coming from.
Someone needs a change?
Alright, so you all watch Valin start running off to the north. Is everybody following?
I will, while still in the air, take chase.
I'm gonna, since there's seems to be a bit of a rush, I'm gonna actually have Hypnos grow to full size and I'm gonna jump on his back.
Cool. Alright, assuming everybody's following, we will transition over to the next map.
What?
So you run to the north, and find run to the northern part of the lily pads and head onto another piece of land where there is a staircase that winds around and heads up to this little grove. There's a sort of circular formation of trees that enclose this space, making it much darker than the area before, but the entire surroundings sort of emanate light like the previous room, as well as a central pool which gives off a very holy and otherworldly vibe. 6 torches light the platform that you stand on upon getting to the top of the staircase. And there's a sort of barrier that surrounds the room. And as you go to enter Graveheart, you find that you're not able to pass through this barrier.
I look at the scythe.
You're doing?
No. It is Sylph.
You're doing.
More confidently at it. Like, it's all your fault.
There's no doubt about it. I think we're in a Bia.
I think you're in something bigger.
Feel free to give me a religion or arcana check.
Oh, if I do well in this, I'm gonna laugh hysterically. Never mind.
Valin. You know,
Nice.
Graveheart might be onto something. This is more than your normal Bia. There's a feeling that's, like, different. Kind of like how the hot springs were different from other Bias. It just feels like the ley lines pour more energy in here.
But then she bends down onto her knees and she like places her hand onto the ground to feel like the energy of the room as she like closes her eyes.
You feel the energy of Sylph radiate from this place, but also the energy of Aren, the energy of Gnome, the energy of Titan. This is an extremely holy place. And as your eyes scan the horizon before you of this whole place, you notice it. There is a small wicker basket cradle in the central pool that floats in the middle. The light crying picks up again coming from there.
Well, then just without a second thought, she like slowly walks towards the center.
Yeah, you're able to freely pass through the barrier, unlike Graveheart, and you approach the center, and energy radiates from this central pool, as if all of the hopes and prayers of the followers of Aren have been condensed and flow out at you like the rays of the sun or a million tiny little LED lights, you sort of brace yourself against this force as your eyes catch on the baby inside of the basket that looks exactly like the portrait of RN you saw in the church at Zelk.
What mood does the baby seem to be in?
It was crying until it noticed you, and then it seems to be like looking up at you now, curious.
Aw, hello there, sweet thing. She like slowly like reaches out to like pick up the baby, but um, slow enough to hope like the baby can reject her if it has has consent.
You like reach out, like, and hold your hand out, and the baby does that thing that babies do where it like grabs your finger, um, and like wraps its fat little baby fingers around your finger, um, and it sort of smiles at you.
Babies.
I'm gonna play a lullaby on the harp.
Is there like any blankets nearby the baby?
Yeah, inside of the little wicker basket that it's in, there is a, like, it's on like a little cushion, and then there's a blanket over it, and its head is on a little like cushiony pillow.
Aw. Then she picks up the baby with the blanket and holds the baby as how she saw mothers in the capital held their newborns.
As you pull it up and like wrap the blanket around it, you notice that it has a little necklace with the holy symbol of Arin on it. The true and complete form you've seen before in the old holy sites you found on your adventures.
Hello, sweet child. Are you? I wonder if you're potentially Arin reborn. You look just like her.
She does not look like the Arin you know.
Oh, sorry.
The Arin that you've met. The Arin from your travels. She looks like the personified image. The image that people in Zelk have of Arin.
The one that Vindane made.
This is a thought made real, or like a concept?
This is a
Whatever.
reincarnation we were told about.
And also a very special, beautiful child.
This
Yeah.
whole area is like an imagination land or something. With the caterpillars and the bread and butterfly.
It feels like this is a confluence of all those pools of energy, the ley lines and things. I feel light here. Maybe it's so close to being associated with the Fae world and our world that it's things kind of mix and mingle.
It's imagination made manifest.
It almost feels like it's the dreams of the baby.
Oh.
Because what does a child dream about if not innocence? What does a
Toys
god dream
that-
about?
But it's being corrupted with the toys being attacking and.
That may be. Wait, never mind. I don't know that information because you didn't tell us about the fairies, the corrupted fairies. You would be the one that would know about corrupted fairies.
I'm going to mention about the corrupted fairies. I'm going to talk about what I was told.
Is it the big purple crystals?
Oh, great.
Yes. It's corrupting this innocence.
Oh, that doesn't seem.
No.
I don't want to see the nightmare version. Well, yeah, lucky we are here.
Don't worry.
Well-
Don't worry, Aaron. We will save your baby.
Orin, you are a baby, and we will protect your small baby body.
Or you are. Oh my God! It feels like she's love incarnate.
The question is, do we have to leave her here or do we take her with us?
I'm very against leaving a baby in a cave.
Isn't this Orange Cradle or something?
Yeah, we were told that there would be a baby reborn here at Orin's Cradle. So I'd assume that's where we are, if there's a baby.
Oh,
That's a bit of information we haven't shared with you. Yeah, before we met up with you, our buddy Vindane, he was real chill. He helped us out, helped us close the black hole and all that, and we got to talking a little bit, and the chit chat led to him telling us some stuff about Orin, and then he tasked us with. I'm pretty sure he tasked us with making sure this baby didn't end up in the wrong hands.
oh. We should definitely do that then. I was
Yeah.
just afraid taking him out of here would destroy this place.
We need to protect the child at all costs.
I don't
want
Oh, no.
to imagine what Vendane will do to us if we didn't.
I don't think it would be what Vindane would do to us. More so what the consequences to the greater world would be. The greater disk planet. I see your concern, but I don't think that this place necessarily is. I think that this place is just a confluence of energy that birthed this baby, and it's not necessarily being powered by the baby. If I see your concern. I don't think the baby's a battery. I think the baby's a baby.
The Metachlorians, I'm just joking.
Hey, what's going on here? Get out of here. I'd say grab the basket. Hypnos, do you mind being a baby bearer for a bit?
Hypnos hoots pleasantly, and then he wraps the front of his talons around the outside edge of the top of the basket, and then like rests the back of his talons like against like the hood.
Thank you, Hypnos. I knew a gift from the gods would make sure that a god would be held safely.
Orin is Sylph's daughter.
So would that make them brother and sister? Is this like his little sibling in a
I
weird way?
think that it would be more like if I was her uncle, as I am a part of Sylph.
Oh, well, I'm glad we could have this family reunion. It's good that we have you here, Hypnos.
But yeah, so you've retrieved the baby you've been sent to find. I will say that as you were running this way, you do know that there was a path that headed to the west off of the lily pad path.
Before we go further, I'm gonna have to take a bathroom break.
Sounds good. If everybody wants to take like 2 or 3 minutes.
Yes, please.
Woot woot, sounds good to me.
Alright, see y'all in a sec.
Want water? Want a bit again? I have returned. I can see clearly now. My brain is gone.
I have returned.
I've got everyone staring strangely at me now, don't I?
All of us standing inside of a circle and Graveheart on the outside.
Try as I might, I still can't let go of the damn scythe. Can anyone actually hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you probably see me over there, like, holding the scythe in my hand, with my hand open, trying to shake it off.
Hey, Rory. I'm back,
Yes.
by the way. But Finn said check your Discord.
I will in a sec. I'm making locks and schmear. Oh, sorry. I'm making locks and schmear at the moment. Oh.
Oh, wow, that's pretty.
Hmm.
Do we have everybody back?
Yours. I'm back. I think Marky's still gone.
No, I is back.
Oh,
All right. So, you are all still very deep underground at this Bia that's more than a Bia. And you now have one baby Arin.
it can't be a leave, it's not butter. Sorry.
As I said before we all broke for break, there is a path that heads to the west off of the lily pad road.
I say, we head back to that other path we saw.
Before we get to that path in the sanctum that we found the baby, was there anything else of note?
I mean, there's pools of water. The flora and fauna is very similar to the body of water you just left. It's much darker here, though. As you inspect everything closer, it looks like there's like stone, like heads everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's like the trees and things are all like growing out of these stone heads and things.
Or were all the stone heads just similar copies to each other, or were there any like distinct features?
No, they're all exactly the same, pretty much. Some are more worn than others. They just sort of like dot the horizon in the dark. Nothing strange about them. They're actually fairly nondescript.
Let's see here. Remember, was I given healing potions a while ago by some of the mice?
What mice would you have run into that would have been able to give you healing potions?
I don't think it was the
No,
mice.
that's because I'm trying to remember if I have like an empty flask.
Yeah.
Intention was to fill up a little empty flask of the water from the central pool.
I mean, you've consumed a potion at some point, so I guess maybe you had, an empty potion bottle on you. Probably.
Yeah, as long as that's allowed.
As long as it's only one.
Yep, it's only one.
Make sure to take note of it.
Okay. Thank you.
So yeah, y'all watch as Valin fills up an old potion bottle with some water from that central pool. As Graveheart is still stuck at the entrance to the barrier, tugging his scythe against it.
Trying to find anything I can use to dislodge it from me.
I don't know if Winnie the Poohing it will work.
The scythe groans in your head. I told you, it's Sylph's fault.
Ah, you're the evil son of a bitch!
I just find the hardest piece of ground I can find and angrily just smash the scythe into it as hard as possible.
You get that feeling like when you hit a baseball bat against something you shouldn't.
Yep.
Ooh, reverberates.
Ooh, yeah, it sounds like that slight how to learn how maybe keep his mouth shut.
I will say, I do believe you are of the level and religious path, Valin, that if you, in the morning when you prepare your spells, I believe you can change it so you do have remove curse. I believe.
I make sure when I take the long rest, I do that.
Yeah, you could double check. It should say for sure on D&D Beyond. If you go into your I think it's manage spells. I don't go in there a lot as sorcerer, but Valin would definitely know if she's able to, that she could.
Where where do I need to go again? I'm sorry.
On D&D Beyond. Oh,
Okay.
your spell list or going into the character creator will show you what spells you can swap out.
Well, when you go to your spell section from your character sheet, there is a thing on the right side next to the search bar that says manage spells. If you click that, as a cleric, there is like you prepare spells when your character wakes up each day. So you have known spells, and you'll have your whole list of spells that you can take as you know, the level and religion that you are, and then you'll have your prepared spells. So those are the spells you've taken from your known spells list that you can cast during that day. So you can unprepare spells when you wake up and then prepare other spells from your known list.
Okay, so if I'm understanding this right, if I do this on D&D Beyond, will it transfer over?
I can make it transfer over. But it is worth noting that I believe that this is. I think you can only do this after a long rest. So.
Yeah, and that would make a lot of sense.
So yeah. Anything else anybody wanted to do in the Sylvan Glade?
I'm just gonna step up to the pool and play the Sylph's prayer that I had, and just take a moment to kind of take it in and, like, I guess, pay respects to the area.
As you begin to play the prayer song, the pool in the center glows, and you feel like a warm, healing energy sort of come off of it. And the three of you that are able to be around the pool are able to recover 5 hit points as the energy comes off of this holy pool.
I'm going to, kind of a little bit under my breath, like a little bit to myself, but in Draconic, say thank you.
You get the feeling that, like, one would get as a kid when, like, their parent ruffles their hair. But obviously, you know, you don't have hair and all that.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Head patch. You get head pats.
Lizard head pats. I just tense up and just eyes go, just eyes go in opposite directions, and I just sit there lemming. But yeah,
All right. I feel pretty good now. Y'all ready to head out?
Okay, Alpha, as I said, you can only do that after a long rest.
Hey, I understand that. I just
So-
was just confirming that I do have the option there.
Oh, okay. I understand. Then yeah, when you do lay down and sleep again for the night and then wake up, like, you will be able to take that and possibly help.
Too bad you couldn't, like, put it in this water. That's where we found it. Let the curse wash away.
Yeah, I think he's having trouble bringing it in here. I think somebody upstairs is playing point guard and doesn't want that thing anywhere near the pool.
Right, it's probably protection for the baby when it was when the baby was there.
Yeah. If that scythe starts any funny stuff with this baby, I'll eat it.
Go for it.
All right,
You don't want to end up poofing like those toys.
we all heading back to the lily pads then?
you're to take the other path.
All right, as everybody begins to exit the barrier, I'm going to need Graveheart to make a wisdom save.
Oh, I was making it in the wrong place. Roll high, roll high, roll high.
Can I
said
give Bardic
high.
Inspiration?
Yeah, you can bardic inspiration if you want.
Alright, that's a D10. Ah.
You don't even need to roll. Your bardic inspiration bonus helps. So it's like you start to zonk out for a sec, and then Anakur, still harp in hand, begins strumming and goes, "Graveheart, Graveheart!" And you, like, snap out of it as you were, like, raising the scythe to swing at the baby.
And then I'm going to yell obscenities at the side, like every obscenity I can think of, tell it it's not going to do this, and slam it into the ground again.
The scythe grumbles. The soul of the child is heavy. It is enough.
Yeah, well, you're an asshole. And you don't even have one.
If that, I really hope that, my harp was enough to break that voice's hold on you. If you take a swipe at this kid, we will stop you in the most non-lethal way we can.
The baby's outside of the holy ring, right?
Correct.
So, just a random attempt. Graveheart's going to go and try to stand in the pool.
What pool?
The one that was where the baby was, just in case the barrier's down.
Oh, no.
Like bathing the holiness.
So you all watch, like, Graveheart turn around, like, the baby's out of the barrier, run at the barrier, and then, like, the scythe, like, clotheslines him against the barrier.
Ooh. That looked like it smarted. I'm gonna... Hey, Hypnos, keep about 25 to 30 foot berth from the bird.
I'm starting to think we're not the party that should be protecting him.
Would you rather those toys?
No. But we're kind of like the best and the worst at the moment.
I think that's a pretty valid assumption. I can agree with you on that. We are the best worst case scenario. Or the worst best case scenario, depending on if you're a glass half full, glass half empty kind of mouse.
It's piss.
I will
Oh,
look
the
at
glass
and I
full
will
of piss. You're a pessimist.
I look at the scythe and I go, I will feed you all the dwarfs you want if you leave the child alone!
A deal is struck.
Oh no. God, the internal
We
monologue head. We didn't hear that,
But we
have no idea that we heard one side of that.
We haven't seen any dwarves in a while. I think we're kind of safe.
We suddenly come across a village of very friendly dwarfs.
I'm not that evil, thankfully.
And we just have to... Graveheart's just like, guys, I'm gonna need you guys to cover your ears and...
So
I made a deal.
You all make your way back to the lily pads, keeping a very close eye on Graveheart, who I assume is also, like, taking point, so thankfully he's within everybody's view, or they're within everybody's view, and you cross the lily pads over to the west, make it back on to some swampy but solid ground, and find yourselves on a wooden platform that back hatches against swampier ground. And as you all look around, the place that you're in now is just massive. And it stretches on for as far as you can see. And it almost seems like there's a sky. But it's like night. Little lights glow on the ceiling as if there's stars in the sky. Does anyone have any way of keeping track of the time?
I would know that if it was really nighttime and there was a moon in the sky, my bow would be glowing.
So yeah, on Occur's moon, bow is glowing. You're not quite sure what time of night it is now, but something happened with going into that glade that time has passed differently.
Hmm. We've somehow lost track of at least hours of time. Well, I mean, I guess it would make sense to put an area into a form of stasis to preserve the life of an infant. But then, Graveheart was there too, so I don't think it really had to do with that too much.
So we shouldn't be concerned. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, I'd be concerned if I lost at least an entire day's worth of time. It was the early morning when we, started going, and now it's at least the moon is out, according to my bow here.
Eh, I mean, as long as weeks or months or years haven't passed, I'm fine.
I want to do a perception check to see if there is an actual sky, like if we are actually outside, if there is some sort of illusion.
You sure can try.
I don't like the way you said that. I don't appreciate the way you're saying things tonight, Rose. That's a 12 for perception.
It sure fucking looks like a sky. The stars are entirely foreign, but it looks like a sky.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that either.
As the bottoms of your feet creak against the wooden platforms, you all begin to hear it in the distance. The cacophony of instruments, sounds of joy and laughter. And it comes into view the tops of tents. There's a circus.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh, I haven't seen a circus come round I haven't seen a circus in the years. They don't really travel too far out into the deserty areas, especially near the tribes.
You can wait.
This
Sorry.
is no just your average circus.
I would assume not. This seems like the spooky variety of circus, but there's all this joyous laughter and music coming. I was the last one who activated a trap. Can one of y'all take hit point on this one?
Graveheart will go.
I appreciate the chutzpah.
My friend Templeton would have loved this.
I walk slowly, methodically, carefully towards the circus, the scythe on my back.
So you all, at least Graveheart, approaches the circus from the southeast. And as you approach, there's two clowns that are also cats. Catfolk clowns, if you will. at the gate. One looks very happy, and the other looks very sad.
I will say I'm not too far behind Braveheart.
I assume they're going to ask me.
There it is.
I assume they're going to ask me a question.
And one of them is going to be a liar, and one of them is going to tell the truth, and we're not going to know which one.
Hello.
Welcome! Welcome! Do you have a ticket? Probably
No,
not.
we just got here.
Surely you have coin.
I look in my pouch with a mouthful of cracker. A little bit.
Well, 5 gold pieces buys you a night of wonder. Wonder.
I'm suspicious because they're clowns.
I'm intrigued because they're clowns.
I am getting beside myself with glee right now. It's like I'm a little kid.
I'm gonna step up behind Graveheart and be like, you're selling tickets to this here circus?
Yes. Yeah.
Alright, I do a quick head count. I'll be like, 4 tickets, please.
20 gold pieces.
Yeah,
If
I
you
take
got
out 20
it.
gold pieces. Oh, I got enough.
The happy clown, like, pulls the hat off of his head and holds it out.
I produce 20 gold coins.
He sort of just shakes his hat at you to, like, drop the coins into it.
I hand them the coins and be like, I love this type of stuff. It's been a long time since I've seen a circus.
As you drop the coins to go into the hat, they sort of, like, catch on the outside rim, and you watch as they spin in a cascading spiral down the center of the hat and, like, disappear out of sight before he pops his hat back on his head. And the sad clown pulls his little hat off of his head as he, like, sheds a single tear and pulls out 4 golden tickets and holds them up to you all.
I grabbed a lot of tickets and I dispersed them out. Now here you go, kids. Remember, kids, don't stray too far. Stay within eyesight, and don't ask for anything. I'm not gonna buy it.
The happy clown, like, does a little jig and goes, "Don't worry, everything's included with the price. Make sure to grab the popcorn. It's very good."
Don't grab the popcorn.
I'm gonna eat some popcorn.
Hey, what are your names? Are you Happy Clown and Sad Clown? What's the thing here?
The happy clown, like has been, like, off and on juggling this entire time. He, like, throws all his balls in the air and, like, does, like, a jumping jack and then grabs them all and goes, "I'm Gemini." And then the sad clown looks up at you and goes, I'm also Gemini.
A set of clown twins. I love it. I am, and I will I'm gonna do a performance roll, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my harp out. I'm going to shoot a starry wisp straight into the air, and then kind of like a firework, and then strike a pose and go, I am Anakur.
I'm suspicious.
The happy clown
I'm
claps,
Nika.
and
I'm making a performance roll.
the sad clown frowns.
Passable.
Perhaps you should talk to the ringmaster and see if you can get a role in our circus.
Huh. I don't know if I'm looking for a job, but I might be looking for some of that face paint. You got any on hand?
Maybe. Gemini? And the sad clown, rummages, he pulls his little tiny hat off, and you watch him shove his entire arm into his hat, and then, produce, a little, thing of, grease paints with, the white very worn down.
How much you want for it?
5 silver.
Deal. You seem like a sad enough clown.
He holds out his little hat for you to drop the coins in.
I will drop the 5 silver out and drop 5 silver in, one at a time.
And unlike the previous hat, they just sort of sadly flop into his hat, and you watch the bottom of the hat react as if they're adding weight to the hat, but they also just disappear into nothing. And then he places the pad of paint into your hand.
I will take the pad and I will add it to my backpack.
I'm gonna get up to so much funny business.
But yeah, both the clowns sort of gesture that you may now enter.
All right, let's check this out.
So what does everybody want to
think-
get up to?
I think it's a trap.
Don't eat anything. They might kidnap you.
I'm here to see the music. I heard music. I want to see the band, and I want to prove to them that I am a better musician.
There's several places that music is coming from. You can tell that there's the traditional sort of hurdy-gurdy wind machine going on in the circus, blowing out a whole band's worth of music automatically in the same fashion it would every night. But you can tell that there's somebody playing an instrument in a couple of different spots. There seems to be a food court on the like southwestern part of the circus, and there's definitely somebody playing a fiddle over there. And to the north, you can hear somebody playing some sort of like pan flute or something.
Do any of the instruments that I'm hearing, is there any particular draw? Like, would Encore be drawn to any of them particularly?
Like, in a that person's playing good sort of way, or like that instrument sounds different sort of way, do you mean?
The instrument sounds like that sounds like something I haven't played or I haven't seen.
I'll say that the fiddle sounds sort of familiar. The other instrument is pretty exotic to you, because I mean you're from the desert, so whatever that is pretty dissimilar to the things that you've heard and played.
Okay, just because the fiddle seems familiar to me in a way, I am gonna check that out first, but then afterwards I'm gonna check out the more exotic sounding instrument.
All right. Did anybody else have anything they wanted to do?
Braveheart is look around.
I was just thinking for Blinn.
Well, I want some popcorn, but is the map kind of dark for everyone else? I can't move my character at all.
I can move.
Sure, for me as well.
I thought we were just dealing with a glitch and just...
There we go.
Oh.
Next.
Oh, Belinda's just gonna hang.
Yes.
You're...
Alright. Graveheart, what are you up to?
Braveheart's gonna look around, see what's kind of going on, and still be very suspicious. Not gonna eat anything. Not gonna drink anything. That sort of thing.
I'm gonna stick as close to the baby as I can.
The baby is currently flying 30 feet in the air with an owl being protected.
Oh, okay. My bad.
You're good, you're good.
So because for some reason I really just don't trust the circus.
Also, I'll retcon a little bit and say that the bird will always. I'll tell Hypnos to stay within eyesight of Valin whenever possible.
Okay, he's also got, like, similar traits to a familiar for you, where you, and I don't know if I mentioned that before, that you can, like, channel spells through him, and he has, like, a psychic connection with you.
I was only kind of aware of the psychic connection. I didn't know, like, he was kind of, I didn't know he was, like, a familiar.
Just making sure that while it's important, it's established.
Okay, yeah. So I'm very connected to him right now, and I just want to make sure that, because I'm connected enough that I'd be comfortable, but I know Valin would want to at least be able to see the baby, so within eye shot of Valin whenever possible.
So, with that, what is Mika doing?
I'm just kind of wandering around looking at stuff, and I definitely want some of that popcorn, so that's what I'm going to try to get.
Yeah, there's a you're actually right by the popcorn stand where your character is right now. It's almost like immediately inside of the gate, and the smell of like freshly popped kernels, melted butter, like powdery cheddar, like catches your nose. And there's caramel corn and cheddar popcorn and buttered popcorn and all sorts.
I'm gonna get some butter popcorn.
There's another cat working the stand, and this one is like wearing a mask that has like this like really toothy grin, and like the eyes are cut out so you can see the cat's eyes behind it, and he just seems really focused on what he's doing. And then he like hands you this big bag of popcorn that's like almost as big as Mika is, and he just goes, "Enjoy the circus! Enjoy the popcorn."
Do I see Mika buying the popcorn?
There's no buying. He just hands it to her.
Do I see Mika getting the popcorn?
I mean, you're looking all over the place, so you might have noticed it out of the corner of your eye. But she's like a good like ways down.
This is probably gonna end bad, but
Is she within 40 feet of me?
I'm just a little kid right now, so I'm just digging into the popcorn and popping it in
Yeah,
my mouth.
she's probably within that. Yeah.
Nibbling away.
I will close the distance quickly, since that is my walking speed, and look at the vendor and go,
Do you keep our our souls for this?
What? Do you want cheddar? I don't understand your accent.
Do you keep our souls in exchange?
No change. It's free with the ticket.
What else does the ticket cost besides 5 gold?
I don't think I get paid enough for this. Cat's like looking around very confused.
the bird is going Karen.
I'm eating a bunch of popcorn. I'm just eating it. I'm just shoveling it in my mouth.
Since
Kind of look
you
more like a chipmunk.
since you are like questioning your reality right now, Graveheart, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Son of a...
Man, that popcorn smells real good.
Smells like
It's
popcorn.
really good. You should try some.
It is. It's like the best popcorn you've ever had. Little earthy though, for some reason. We'll flash over to Anniker and Valin as we come to a close for the night. And as Anniker approaches the fiddling sound that he hears in the food court, you spot a familiar face connected to the sound. And one feller by you is hanging out in the food court playing his fiddle.
I thought I heard my favorite possum. How's it going?
I didn't have the token ready, 1 sec.
Is there any like acts going on the grounds? Jugglers walk in or anything?
Yeah, there's like jugglers all over the place. There's like mimes. There's like a petting zoo with like the standard fare. And all sorts of cat clowns all over the place doing shenanigans. There's a guy doing like tricks with a ladder near the main tent. But as Anakur greets Feller goes, "How's it going, friend? I didn't think I'd see you here of all places."
Oh, you're the one to tell me. Yeah, we were on our way, and we heard this commotion, and saw a circus, and decided to stop on by. You know, I can't turn away a good party.
Well, not many folks come down underground, that's for sure. I'm from out this way normally.
Ah. Well, it's always good to see a familiar face. Is there anything around here you'd suggest looking out for, or looking into?
Oh yeah, plenty of Fae here. Be real careful about that.
Oh, I have a crow friend. You met him, I think. He's been pretty sketchy about this stuff. He's saying everything's here's a trap. Is this a fun circus, or are we in a bit of trouble?
I wouldn't say nothing here's a trap. It's a real good time in a certain particular way that it might not be for everybody, but the fairies sure just seem to dig it.
All right. Nothing nefarious?
I mean, as nefarious as a fairy can get.
That is a very...
It's pretty nefarious. I don't know. I wouldn't say that they're going to cause you no danger.
Well, I mean, that's good to know. They did take my money, and I know that Fae are pretty good about their bargains.
Oh, yeah. Entry fee covers all the costs.
Ah. Is the popcorn safety?
Popcorn? Maybe?
I like offer some of my popcorn to the possum.
Oh, Feller, this is the new member of our lovely band of misfits here. This is Mika.
Popcorn's real good.
You remind me of a dangle dog. I say as I follow up behind and see the opossum person.
Ah. That's the sketchy crow.
I'm not sketchy, it's the scythe.
Who said I was talking about you?
He looks at the popcorn and goes, "Well, it looks pretty good. Tasty, at least."
All right. Well, I'll take your word on it, and it was good seeing you. Have you checked out the other musical acts here?
Oh, not too much. I think there's a fellow plays over by the maypole. And then they got the old machine inside of the tent, the big top, as it were.
Well, all right, fella. It was real good seeing you. I guess I'll probably end up seeing you again.
Oh, for sure. He grabs a handful of Mika's popcorn and shoves it in his mouth.
All right, I'm that's the end of that conversation, and I was gonna head to that exotic sounding instrument after that.
All right. Is anybody else taking Mika's offered popcorn?
Oh no, I'm good.
Nope.
All right.
No.
We will call it a close here for tonight. Since we're a little past 11. But I hope everybody enjoyed.
Oh yeah.
I have.
Thank you, Rose.
That was great.
I love the Sanctum or the Grove. That was so pretty.
Good night to everybody in stream. Thanks for tuning in.
Good night.
Good night, stream.
Good night, stream.
And if you're on YouTube, make sure to like and follow and all that junk. Woo!